Number 1. What is the value of A in this right triangle? You should have automatically known this was a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. You also should have known that answer A and answer B are not possible because they are longer than the hypotenuse, which is not allowed in a right triangle. This side cannot be longer than the hypotenuse. So A must be less than 5. So that only leaves us C or D. This is an integer, this is an integer, and you only have integers remaining. So it's one of two special triangles that I taught you. It is either the 3, 4, 5 triangle or the 5, 12, 13 triangle. It is the 3, 4, 5 triangle. There is no 3, 3, 5 triangle. Sometimes people wonder why I keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Some things you have to memorize. You have to memorize these two right triangles. If you can remember your phone number and your best friend's phone number, you can remember these two special right triangles. One is a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. All of the lengths of the sides are integers, and they are consecutive integers, 3, 4, 5. The second one is also positive integers. It starts with the number 5. This one ends with the number 5. The hypotenuse is 5. Here, one of the sides is 5. The second number is a sum of all of the integers of the first special triangle. 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 12. 5, 12, 13. I'm just giving you a way to memorize this. Knowing this would prevent you from having to check each of these answers. So let's say we checked this one first. So we said we're going to make A 4. So we'd have 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. 3 squared is 9 plus 4 squared is 16 equals 5 squared, which is 25. 9 plus 16 is 25. So C is the correct answer. Now, had we tried D first, it would not have worked. Therefore, our only option would have been C, because we have eliminated A and B because they are too long. They are longer than the hypotenuse. Let's look at number 2. What is the value of B in this right triangle? The hypotenuse is 13 and one side is 12. Both of these are integers. All of the possible answers are integers. What I know is the hypotenuse is 13, so this side must be less than 13. So that eliminates answers C and D. So now I have a 50% chance instead of a 25% chance of getting this right. I know that all of the sides of this right triangle are integers. There are two special right triangles. There is a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. That's not this one. And there is a 5, 12, 13 right triangle, which is this one. The answer is 5. Now, if you did not remember that, I would try 5 before I would try squaring 11. So I would have tried this one first. So 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. 25 plus 144 equals 169. A is our answer. Let's look at number 3. What is the value of C in this right triangle? One side is the integer 2, the other side is the integer 1. I have taught you about two special right triangles, a 3, 4, 5 right triangle and a 5, 12, 13 right triangle. Those are the only two right triangles that you know that have integers for the lengths of all sides. This is an integer and this is an integer, so you can assume that this side is not an integer. So that would eliminate A and B. You can also eliminate A for sure because 2 plus 1 is 3. We don't add these two sides to find the hypotenuse. We square this side and square this side and add those two numbers together to find this side squared. Not the length of this side, but this side squared. So then we have to take the square root of that. So most likely the answer is C or D. We now have a 50% chance of getting this question correct. Let's use the Pythagorean theorem to find out what C is. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 2 squared plus 1 squared equals C squared. 4 plus 1 equals 5, which equals C squared. I don't want to know what C squared is. I want to know what C is. So I have to take the square root of 5. So the answer is D. Number 4. What is the perimeter of this square? They only give us the radius of this circle. The diameter of this circle is 6. The radius is 3. The diameter is 6. So that eliminates these first two answers. If the diameter of this circle is 6 units long, then the side of the square is 6 units long. You can see that from here to here is the same as from here to here. So each side of the square is 6 units long. Now the reason I keep saying units is there's a distance measurement here. This is inches, yards, feet, miles, millimeters, centimeters, kilometers. It's some distance measurement. But on the California high school exit exam, they often don't use the units, which confuses students sometimes. There are units there. The perimeter is the length around the outline of the square. This side is 6 units, this side is 6 units, this side is 6 units, and this side is 6 units. That is 4 times the length of the side, which is 4 times 6, which is 24 units long. Number 5. What is the diameter of this circle? Diameter equals 2 times the radius. They don't tell us what the radius is. They tell us the length of this side of this square is 7. So the length of every side of this square is 7 units long. If the length of this side is 7 units, then the diameter of this circle is 7 units. Our answer is B. You can see that from the top of this circle to the bottom of this circle is the same length as from the top of this side of the square to the bottom of this side of the square. Number 6. What is the area of this circle? The formula for area is area equals pi times r squared. They don't tell us the radius. They tell us the length of the side of this square is 4 units long. That means the diameter of this circle is 4 units long. If the diameter is 4 then the radius is half of that, 2 units long. So we can replace r with 2. Pi times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. Area equals 4 pi, C. Now, I could have written this pi times 4, but we generally put the number in front of pi. Both ways are correct. Remember the commutative property for multiplication. It does not matter the order in which you multiply things. 4 is being multiplied to pi, or pi is being multiplied to 4. Same thing. Number 7. What is the circumference of this circle? The formula for circumference is C equals pi times diameter. They don't tell us the diameter of this circle. They tell us the length of this side is 5 units long. If the length of the side of this square is 5 units long, then the diameter of this circle is 5 units long. So the circumference equals pi times 5, or 5 pi. Number 8. If this circle is cut out of this square, what portion of the square remains? I want to know how much is this, 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 and this. So I want you to imagine that you have a block of wood representing the square. That's what we're starting with, the area of the square. The length times the width, or one side multiplied to the adjacent side, or the length of the side of a square squared, side squared, is how you find the area of a square. Now they tell us the radius of the circle is 1. Therefore the diameter of the circle is 2. If the diameter of the circle is 2, then the length of the side of the square is also 2 units. So the side S is 2, so 2 squared is 4. The area of this square of the block of wood is 4 units squared. Now we need to find the area of the circle, the part we're going to cut out. So the formula for area is pi times r squared. They give us the radius. The radius is 1. 1 squared is 1. Pi times 1 is pi. So the area of the circle is pi. So the area of the square, what we start with, minus the area of the circle, what we're cutting out. So pi is 3.14. The area of the square is 4. 4 minus 3.14 is 0.86. Our answer is C.